Hey everyone, welcome to the next episode of The Petite Baker. Today I'm talking exclusively to curly-haired and wavy-haired ladies. And men. Maybe. Um, so my curly hair exploration began way back in junior high because I actually grew up with bone straight hair, and then I went through a change and my hair became really curly or really wavy in junior high. So I was kind of late to the game, and at first because it was such a dramatic change, I thought my hair was just really super unhealthy because it was just super frizzy all the time. And so I thought that it was because I was in swimming, the chlorine was damaging my hair, I wasn't taking care of it, I wasn't using the right products, you name it. I just figured super unhealthy. So I actually ended up chopping all my hair off, like all of it. And I figured, well, if it's unhealthy, then I just get rid of it all, right? And then it'll grow in and it'll be super healthy. And the only problem was that when it grew in totally wavy, and I had the same problem. So it didn't help at all. And I did slowly start to realize, oh, I have wavy hair. And then it was like, but I don't know what to do with wavy hair. I don't know how to style wavy hair. And so I had to learn completely from scratch. And none of my family has wavy hair. None of my friends at the time had wavy hair, so I had to kind of learn all by myself. And it was really tough. And so now, years later, tons of money, tons of time, tons of everything, I have finally found some products that work for my hair really well and cut down on the frizz, help define the curl, all that good stuff, and keep it healthy. So I wanted to share those tips with you guys and hopefully help you guys. There is a disclaimer, huge disclaimer. Wavy and curly hair is totally different from woman to woman and man to man. Let's not be sexist, right? So what works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me, might not work for your friend, you name it. It's just, curly hair is really finicky. Really finicky. So let's start with shampoo, because that's what you do in the shower, hopefully. So I use a couple generic products. That's actually what it's called, generic. And what it is there's a company out there that basically tried to match the formula that a name brand company has already created. And they put it in like really cheap packaging. You can tell it's really cheap packaging. But they pass on that savings to you, and so it's massively cheaper. And so I've never used the actual real deal for this one, but this is supposed to be like Paul Mitchell's tea tree oil shampoo. And I use this because I have dry scalp, so it may not necessarily be the best for curly hair, but it works for my dry scalp, so I use that for that. And usually what I'll do is I'll just suds it up on the top of my head, just on the scalp, and I'll let it sit on my scalp. And then I just let the water run through my hair to the rest of my hair. I don't lather up at all down here because I don't want it to remove too much of the oil in my hair, the natural oils. So there's a tip too. Also, ladies, do not wash your hair very often. I usually wash my hair like once to twice a week at the most. Try and go for as long as you can, because you want to keep those oils in your hair, because that's what's going to keep it nice and moisturized. And curly and wavy hair tends to be naturally dry, so you want to keep those oils in for as long as possible. Still take a shower, ladies. Just because you aren't washing your hair does not mean that you cannot bathe. Alright. So, conditioner. Here's another generic product. And this is supposed to be like Nexus Humectress. And I've used both. I've used this one and I've used the actual real deal. The only two differences that I have picked up on is the smell, which isn't a huge deal. I think they both smell good, they just smell different. And then the second big difference is this one's thicker, so it coats your hair like crazy. And I wouldn't say that it adds any extra moisture, it just coats your hair different. I do prefer Nexus just a little bit more over this one, but this one is significantly cheaper, so I'll probably stick to this one. So, again, personal preference and how much can you afford kind of thing. So let's move on to styling, because isn't that our favorite part? Okay. My friend actually gave me this tip, and it has made a massive difference in the health of my hair. It's kind of a funny difference, but it's totally awesome. So, terry cloth, which is what most of our bath towels are made out of nowadays, is death to curly hair. So, I use a pillowcase. Isn't it cute? So I just wrap it up kind of like a little turban head. And it's actually kind of cute. Like, I've gone shopping that way before. I don't recommend that because it's not very classy, but it is possible. And it's easy. And if you don't want to use a pillowcase, you can use a cotton t-shirt. So, products. So before I start going through them, another tip, kind of play around with your products a little bit, because sometimes they work better if your hair is completely soaking wet, like still dripping in the shower, and you put it in, and that's when it's going to work the best because it's going to lock in the moisture. Other times you're going to want to wait until your hair is practically dry, and other times you're going to want to wait until you just before you use a diffuser. So just play around with it, see how the product works best in your hair. I've already played around with mine, so I can tell you exactly what I do. This is my favorite thing. I love this stuff. It's called Curls Unleashed, and it's a leave-in conditioner. They have a couple other products. I haven't used them yet, but I probably will because it's amazing. And I just put maybe like a quarter-sized amount in my hair after I towel dry or pillowcase dry it, and it works awesome. You can't really tell in this light because I have a really crappy camera, but my hair is touchable, and I can run my fingers through it, and yet I still have like some spiral curls going on, and I have like really nice tight wave all through my hair. You can see, I mean, it's really well defined. There's hardly any frizz to my hair. It's just touchable, and it's not sticky, and it's not crispy. It's awesome. So that's my favorite product. This is one that I used for a little while. This is called Springback Curling Custard. And the only reason why I don't highly recommend it is just for me personally. I kept trying to play with it, and basically any time that I used it, it either left my hair feeling like crayon or it left it crispy. Crispy is the worst. So I just couldn't figure out how to use it with my hair. But other people have recommended it, so you might want to give it a shot. Products that I used in the past and don't anymore, but can still possibly recommend. Here we go. This is something I used for a very long time. This is Tresemme, and it's just the Extra Hold Curl Gel. Can't even tell. There we go. Extra Hold. I used this for ages, and the only reason why I stopped using it is my hair started to get really unhealthy, and I think it might have been something to do with the fact that this has alcohol in it. And considering that curly hair is naturally dry, alcohol is like one of the worst things you can probably put in your hair. So, but it did work really well. Like it defined my curl, it took out the frizz. It was great. So you might want to give that one a shot. Plus it's really cheap. And then the last one that I would recommend is John Frieda's Frizzies. Love this stuff, actually. It took out quite a bit of the frizz. The only problem, once again, is crispiness. I hate crispy. So, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I don't think I have any other suggestions, but I would love it, love it, love it, love it, if you guys left what works for your hair in my comment section. That way, other girls that are still trying to figure out what to use in their hair, use your hair type, whether it's textured or thin or thick, and then say like what level of curl you have, wavy, tight waves, tight curls, loose curls, whatever you have. Leave all the details and then what you use for your hair, because we all want to help each other out, figuring out what to do with this crazy wild hair of ours, right? So I would love it if you could do that, and yeah, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Have a great night, guys.